After spending over 1,000 hours in Planet Coaster, I thought I had figured it all out, until I jumped into Planet Coaster 2. 2 hours later, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the new mechanics. In this video, I'll show you what I discovered so far and hopefully save you some time. Let's get into it. So the first thing I done when I opened my park was put down a flat ride with an entrance and an exit, and then connect it all with paths. So we have a queue path here, and then over here we have an exit path. Simple. All your rides and shops in Planet Coaster 2 do have to be powered by electricity. So you can see here I am connecting all, and once it is all yellow, that means it is all powered up. Now, as I was on a bit of a timer with this preview build, theming wasn't really in my mind. I thought I'd have a look at some of the animatronics, which you can see just now. There's not too much of them, but as I said, it is a preview build. And now we are looking at the scenery brush, which looks absolutely fantastic, and it's so easy to use. Also, can we just appreciate the shading in Planet Coaster 2? I think it looks really beautiful. So the next thing I wanted to test out was adding scenery items to the flat ride. So here is really basic and it's not anything special to look at. I just wanted to see how it all functions, and there it goes, up it is testing away and it is staying in position, which is incredible and it's going to be so fun to use. I then went through the 48 roller coasters that are available in Planet Coaster 2, and there is actually more to be added if you do pre-order. However, at this stage I went for the Dragonfly, which of course I needed to connect via electricity. I did have a look in the settings and I couldn't figure out how to power everything, so I won't show you the struggle there. I then connected the path to the roller coaster, and this was a struggle, not gonna lie. To get your paths to go up and down, you press shift. Once you know, but there is no indication when you're playing the game as to what that is. So figuring out the controls is a little bit tricky, but don't worry, I will put out a full tutorial when I have my hands on the game. The next thing I wanted to try was putting down more flat rides, and you can see here this goes down pretty seamlessly, but I wanted to see if I could connect the flat ride close to it. So I'll slow this down so you can see it simply, but your flat rides can actually snap together, which is really cool. I then had a look at some of the new features in the pathing tool. So this is the rounded tool that you can see here, can manipulate your path, and this one here is the path editor. So I have been playing about because I really wanted to get to grips with this tool and exactly how it works. It then came to about this point here where I was like, oh, that's how it works. So yeah, this is going to be really helpful for those little bit of details that you just want to get covered up. But again, a tutorial will be coming out on the channel so you can understand more of it. Now this feature is the most exciting thing. Well, actually there's something else later on, but this is super exciting. So as you can see, I have built a box here, and it was to test out dark rides, and that is insane how dark it is inside this box. So I came outside and I was like, what is going on? So I've came back in and I've just tried to stay still to wait for that black to come again, and I'm thinking, is it going to happen? And it does. It's insane. It is truly insane, and I honestly couldn't believe it, to the point where I was like, okay, I have to put down lights. So I have popped down a light here and I'm trying to wait for that darkness to hit again. And I'm moving my camera about and I can't seem to get it to happen again. I'm going in and out of this box trying to emulate it again, and unfortunately I couldn't, but because it's happened twice now, it makes me truly believe that dark rides are 100% going to be dark, which is amazing. I then had a look at the terrain brush. So we are pushing and pulling and we are putting some water down and the terrain paint to just test that out. One of the features that I was actually quite disappointed that we don't have just yet, and again this might be coming, is there's no stamp in Planet Coaster 2, which is something that I really thought they would have taken over from Planet Zoo. I feel like the stamp was just so much easier if you wanted to have like perfect circles, so you could have like fountains, or if you wanted to create big mountains, it was a lot easier just to put these big blocky shapes and then sculpt it that way rather than just relying solely on the brush. But again, because this is just a bit of a preview build, it is probably something that they will be implementing into the game, especially if we shout loud enough about it. But I genuinely do think it is a really useful tool, and it's a shame that it's not in this build. But But then we have two items here that have been taken from Planet Zoo. So we have the bus entrance and the boat, and then this is just other features that I wanted to have a look at from the facilities tab. So we have got the air dryer there, which is really useful. We've got the changing rooms again. If you see my video last time, I really struggled to find that. And then we've got guest services and toilets. And then from here, I really wanted to see what are the new drinks facilities and food facilities. So we'll go through them individually. Here's just a bit of a lineup, but I will pause it and we can have a look at it in a little bit more detail. So Cosmic Cow and Gulpy Soda are staying. Now you have a new shop, which is called Latte Love, and I think that's to replace Street Fox Coffee. So this is speculation, but I believe when Bo was the community manager of Frontier, Planet Coaster, the original, I think she done the voices for Street Fox Coffee. Again, this is all speculation because it is just purely memory. But obviously with this being the second version, I think because of their wanting a bit of a refresh, I think that's why they went and changed it from Street Fox Coffee to Latte Love. But again, it might not be that. Maybe, you know, everyone in the office just absolutely adores lattes, which fair enough. I don't understand why they don't have a tea though. Why is it always coffees and lattes? Let's give a shout out to the tea drinkers. We also have a Pip shot. Then we've got Soda Lightful. Now I don't know if this is to be an alternative brand to the Gulpy brand, and it's obviously Lightful, so maybe it's like a diet alternative that you can have. Maybe suggesting that Gulpy's like full fat, and then you've got this Soda Lightful. Again, I don't know why they have to have two sodas in the park. It would be so nice if they maybe had like a hot chocolate stand or again a tea stand. They can take my name, T-Rex branded tea stand. I would be in love. Anyway, moving on to the last one. So this is a slush shop, which really reminds me of the colours for Slush Puppy. It's obviously a named brand, so they can't obviously use that, but the colours with the red and the blue screams Slush Puppy to me. And again, I don't know if that's a nod to the fact that Gulpy was supposed to be a puppy. The character, there's concept art. I've done a short about it. I'll put it out on the channel. Is it on the channel? I think it's on the channel. But yeah, I think that's maybe a nod to that. So that's the drinks that we've got. And then on the food side, we've got Chief Beef, Classic, Gelato Bros, which was showcased at Gamecom, and Haya Sushi, which is a throwback to the World's Fair pack from Planet Coaster 1. I'm very surprised that that's here, but also very much a welcomed addition. The Classic Hot Dog Squad and Pizza Pen, and then a new addition, which is the Viva la Vegan for vegan people. There's also the Splash Emporium, where you can pick up sun cream, floaties, towels, everything that you need for your pool. And we also have Queen Splash, who is a legend, but also a little bit funny when it comes to camera controls. Again, I don't think this is the finished product. But if camera controls is something you're interested in, you can actually walk about as a guest. Just click on a guest, you have cinematic options, guest options, and interest options, which is really cool if you really want to see exactly what your guests are experiencing. There you go. You can even stare at your family or friend member and see what happens when they go onto a ride, which is nice. It's a nice feature. But the ultimate camera mode is this one, first person. You can toggle it between first person mode, or you can have a different modes of flying cameras, but this is essentially first person. It's insane. You can see exactly what your guests would see first person view, and you can also zoom into things, which is incredible, as you can see here, which is going to make cinematics so much easier. The only thing that I am a little bit dubious of is when I'm doing shots for cinematics, I like to really slow down my camera, and I couldn't figure out a way to do that. So this is me just playing about with what it looks like, what is the speed like, but some absolutely fantastic shots from Planet Coaster 2. Despite my park looking absolutely disgusting. But it looks good, and oh my gosh, the clouds. I've just noticed that now, how good the clouds look. So at this stage I was told that I only had 10 minutes left, so I wanted to test out the scaling tool. So I just picked the letter F, and here I am just scaling it up and down. I then thought, what happens if I group two together? Can I scale them up and down together? In which, yes, I can. But then I wondered if I could make it even smaller, but you can't do that. It kind of caps itself at that level. the letters do kind of merge together, and then here I'm just figuring out some edible text, which is really cool. Very easy, so you can just type in there whatever you wanted to type, and I also wanted to see what kind of fonts were available. So there we go, hello. And then we've got a list of fonts here that you can pick up from, which is really nice, different. And also you can recolor it, which is a nice feature as well. So that's fonts. And as I never actually built anything in my play session, I just thought I'd have a look at some of the posters, what we can see. I really like the different art shapes that we're getting, and obviously having big statues is really cool as well. So that was my exclusive look at Planet Coaster 2. If you've not already checked out me building a water park, then I'll put a link on the screen right now. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, then please consider doing so. And I will talk to you in the next video. So until then, take care.